So if you're currently watching me on this video, then you've likely recently downloaded our 3x3 roadmap, or what we call a rubric, to get people finally in a position to never have to diet again. What you see in front of you is just a brief depiction of the methodology that we follow when we work with clients here at No More Diet. What do we focus on when working with folks? Well, first and foremost, we focus on one main thing, and the one main thing is teaching people how to change. Despite the fact that many people think it's that they lack motivation, willpower, or they don't really need to diet, or they don't really need to get healthy, or they're not that bad compared to someone else, the actual real reason why most people fail is that they don't know how to change. Probably secondarily to that is they're doing it for the wrong reasons, and then maybe as a third kind of follow-up to that is that they're jumping in before they're ready. So taking that all into account, it fits under a very basic category that we follow of teaching people how to change. So the roadmap that you're looking at is a graphic depiction of our system that we use to teach people how to get out of their own way and start to fix their decision-making process, or what we call mindset, to get people to understand how to maneuver through their environment, and then give them the skill sets that they will need to not just make those changes, but to never slip back into the yo-yo diet paradigm again. I mean, I know you because I was you. I've been there before. At the age of 40, I weighed 255 pounds and was on 4 different medications. That is until I discovered the principles behind No More Diet and what it would take to make permanent and lasting change. Right now at this time, I can tell you that I'm on no medications and weigh 190 pounds, which is the same weight that I weighed in high school playing football. So enough about me. Let's go back to the rubric and give you a brief idea of some of the things that we work on. So I already mentioned mindset. Our idea with mindset is to get to a point where you understand really how you got yourself to the point that you're in, where you're frustrated and confused and really want to finally find something that you can do that will be permanent and lasting. So we get you to accept yourself, we get you to forgive yourself, and we do a tremendous amount of work on what we call the nutritional psychology side of things. We make sure that you're committed and it's the right time, or that your heart's in the right place and that you're really ready to do this. Because for many people, they are stuck in a permanent state of procrastination, or maybe they've been just completely dejected because they've gained and lost the same 30, 40, 50 pounds like I did in the past, and therefore they've decided not to do anything, which is actually still making a decision. And then lastly, what we try to do is get you over yourself. What does getting over yourself mean? Getting over yourself means to say, I accept where I was, I'm now ready to do something, and I'm emotionally, physically, and intellectually ready to do that, and now I'm ready to move forward. So that's what we basically do, and we call it kind of a mindset shift. Well, how about environment? When we talk about environment, we're talking about things from understanding how, believe it or not, friends, acquaintances, and social circles, and even your job could be affecting you. We're talking about the environment from a toxin standpoint and an epigenetic standpoint, which means how our genes are expressed or disease states can be manifested depending on how we maneuver through the environment. And we have strategies and skills that we teach around managing, minimizing, or avoiding all these various things. And then we get into some of the things about, you've probably heard things around the gut-brain connection. So we get into talking about the microbiome, the gut-brain connection. We even get a little further in the fact that the microbiome communicates directly with the brain and gets you to make some of these decisions that you make. But the idea behind that is all of these things fall into managing your environment, teaching you the skill sets that you need to use to avoid, minimize, control, or eliminate things that you'd be exposed to in the environment as we move through the day, because we just can't be that boy in the bubble. And then lastly, we have a category at the top that we call skill set. Skill set can be something as simple as all the things I've already talked about, because obviously if we're going to help you shift your mindset, we're going to teach you things about mindfulness and meditation and making you become aware and conscious, etc. If we're teaching about the environment, we're giving you a set of skills that are going to be there to help you make better decisions to minimize or avoid certain things in your environment, or just handle certain things in your environment. And then pure skill set things could be things like just something as simple as creating friction against doing things that are not good for you, or ease in making better decisions or doing things that are good for you. So for instance, it could be something as simple as saying, stock this, don't stock that in your fridge. Buy this, don't buy that in the grocery store. And I know these things sound very obvious and very rudimentary, but where the mistakes are typically made is in the shopping strategies is in the stocking of the cabinet strategies. You know, look, I'll give you a good example. Many young children go shopping with their parents, and who do the food marketers market to predominantly on television? Yes, if you said your children, you're right, because you can't go down certain aisles in the grocery store. So we give you different strategies, different things to implement. We give you different food hacks, different prep hacks. We show you how to substitute in healthier ingredients to your common recipes that you have. And ultimately, we help you build your own family or individual food pyramid where you now know what it is you eat predominantly. And we even teach strategies and make suggestions about how to more effectively dine out and make better decisions when you're dining out. So that gives you kind of an idea from a skill set standpoint. And the ultimate for us is we are trying to get people from being way off to the left of the depiction that you see at point A all the way up to point B. Point A would be somebody that's confused, frustrated, has had it, is sick of getting tired walking up the stairs, is sick of having the fat clothes like I've had. They're sick of constantly feeling bad about themselves because yet again they've gained the weight back. To where point B for us would be where you've become a center of influence, not only for your family and those closest to you, but maybe for the coworkers and people in your workplace or people in your community. So in a nutshell, that's our 3x3 rubric. The idea is if we can give you a roadmap to follow, your ultimate completion of the thing that you've been trying to do for a long time can happen. Along with that, we make sure that you understand some of the other things that are most important. We'll coach you on tips that teach you how to change, how to transform, and how to stay in a new state of better health. Go out and have a great day.